You know that Pride Month is over now, so you can stop pretending to be gay. I mean, I think it's pretty messed up that you would do something like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, man, I really want your mom to stop telling you that I can't come over because I have monkeypox.
Welcome to the podcast where we talk about anything and everything that comes out of the crapshoot. I'm your host, JD. This is my co-host, James, aka Gay Person. I call him James. Everyone else calls him Jimmy. It just works like that.
It's weird.
A lot of things have happened this week, James.
I wanna.
Yeah?
Oh my god.
Now take a deep breath. Just take a second.
I gotta scroll through like all the stuff we've talked about just so I can I know I gotta talk about the spring trap audio because that was just a whole fucking ordeal.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it an ordeal?
Then so much other stuff happened on top of that.
Well, we were planning to record this
Yesterday.
almost 2 hours. Well, yeah, yesterday. First.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
And then that was delayed until today. And also today, it was also delayed a little bit because we were supposed to film this almost 2 hours ago. So, just left me hanging like that, James. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about it.
I'm just reading through the messages. So I sent JD, you won't believe it. My family pulled a classic. Hey, your weekly plans of doing one thing for just an hour? You know that literal one thing you do every weekend on Friday
I
or
just
Saturday?
find it hard to believe that you can't have 1 hour of free time. I mean, it's just
1 hour.
Like your entire day is taken, not even an hour. I don't know, man.
It's like, hey.
I mean, if you don't want to co-host the crapshoot anymore, I mean, you can just tell me, and that's
it's like, hey, you work a majority of your Friday, and then you got to go to the banks. It takes another time, and Joe needs to do some stuff.
I get that you have to work and stuff, but
cook dinner and you got to do all this stuff. You have to do that. I need you to take me to the grocery store.
I know you have to work and stuff, but not even an hour. I mean, if you don't want to be a co-host in the crapshoot, you can just tell it straight to my face. I mean, I won't be offended like you do mostly with everything.
Yeah, you know how I classically get offended.
Yeah, like how you took a picture of some water. You took a picture of water and you spilled that your coworker spilled in your room, and you sent that to me and acted like you were. You sent that a picture of water spilled on the floor in your room to me the other day, and you were complaining about how that was offending you.
I really like how you go in your room.
And I couldn't wrap my head around it really. I was just at the moment I was just that's that sucks. They're terrible people.
It's definitely not this problem with our warehouse where the literal animals that work there don't know how to properly flush a toilet, and it ends up flooding, and because we're on a hill, it goes into our entire workspace, which is right next to the toilet, and then it also goes into our mechanics workspace, which then makes the entire office that we also have to work in smell like literal shit for days.
Well, I think you're just overreacting, really.
No, JD, no. I won't let you undersell this.
Can anyone else corroborate your story, or is it just you who's experiencing all these weird things?
It's me, it's my brother, and it's the fucking mechanic, because of course we're the only ones actually being affected by this problem, because all their shit is not next to the bathroom, JD. That is the one problem.
You're right. All the shit's in the water that's now inside your room.
Literal shit. There is no joke. It's just
that
literal shit.
It's like whenever a house has a sewage pipe break that's in the ceiling, and they'll look up and you see this lump in the ceiling, and it breaks, just shit, water flows everywhere. Anyway, pretty disgusting, You're pretty disgusting, James.
It was really great. It was really great because I'm pretty sure I wasn't even supposed to be working that day.
Oh, well, don't you work almost every day?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure when that originally happened, when I took that picture, I think it was when I just came back from RTX. Oh. And I'm working that day in my.
And they gave you a little a homecoming present,
Yeah, it was really great. But the real cherry on the cake was when my boss came next door to where we are and everything, and then he's like, "Oh, I thought you weren't working today." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, Ed, you written off today."
Oh, so it was your fault.
Because Monday was July 4th, and I didn't know we had July 4th off already. So I had requested
Yeah,
5 days.
America Day. I don't know if we mentioned this, but America Day happened. So, and there was also something that happened during America Day that was on the news.
Oh, what happened?
I'm pretty sure there was a shooting, a mass shooting on
Wow.
America Day.
Who could have guessed?
I mean, is there anything more fitting for America Day than that?
What can you describe to me what this mass was?
I don't even know really what it was. I just saw it on my timeline, but I didn't actually click on it or anything. But
Is
I
this
think
the
it was like
school one?
No, it wasn't a school one. It was just like a parade. I think there's like
Oh,
a small parade.
oh, I know what
in,
you're
like,
talking about. Okay, yeah,
I
I know
don't,
what
don't
you're
even
talking
remember
about.
what city it was. Like Chicago,
'Cause
I
there's
think.
Yeah, because there's like a video of a girl like running away from it, and she like literally got shot through the cheek.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, dude, it's fucking wild, man.
damn.
And
That's rough,
you know
buddy.
the really cool thing about that is immediately after it happened, because the guy had colored hair, all the Republicans are like, see, it's you libtards doing this, and then all the photos of him wearing a Trump flag like a cape and going
Yeah.
to Trump rallies came out, and they're like, no, he's
Uno
ironically doing
reverse
it.
card.
They're all like, no, he's
Uno
ironically
reverse
doing
card.
it. They're like, see, he has
Yeah. Well.
he has an Antifa. No, he has an Antifa tattoo. And then they're like, he doesn't have that tattoo. And they're like, no, he does.
Yeah. Well. I guess yeah. That happened. So that was
Yeah,
a.
it's really great when it just keeps getting proven time and time again, over and over, that
Well,
Republicans are the bad guys. I
these
mean,
filthy
I thought we all would
Republic.
figure this out. I thought we all would have figured this out back during the Civil War, when they went by a different name back then, but
Yeah.
they were the people that wanted slavery.
Well, Well,
And hey, look at this! All their shooters also want that. I,
Well,
I don't know.
just
I
so
don't know what
everyone
you want me to
knows,
say.
I am not a part of this really. It's just all James. So if you are offended by this talk at all, then you can head over to James's YouTube channel, which is in the description.
Please come over to my YouTube channel. I want to know who I gotta block.
Dislike the latest video on the newest.
Hell yeah, brother.
Dislike the latest video, which was like 4 months ago now. I think 4 or 5 months
Actually,
ago.
it was more like 2 hours ago. I can be whatever I want.
That's the worst. That was the worst joke I've ever heard. Because now if this comes out tomorrow and it's not 2 hours earlier from when the reader hears it, they'll just be like, "That son of a bitch, he lied." So head on over to his channel, leave a dislike, have a comment saying you
Just gonna upload the video.
you disgust me, you disgust me, you Democratic fuck, and then just pop in that dislike and.
I'm just gonna upload James there to MP4.
Oh yeah, you sent me a picture of you watching the movie at the theater.
I was watching Thor.
Yeah, I guess that was Thor, huh? So,
Yeah.
and it was like the most raw, like I do not want to be here right now kind of like face, and also like a face of horror. So and I was just like, oh, the first thing that popped in my mind was this picture in black and white, and the FNAF ambience sound, just like the whoa. And I was like, oh yeah,
God.
it's great. So I slapped that picture into my video editor.
I
And,
like how the next photo I sent you is like the complete opposite of that. Like, there's not despair; it's just too close.
yeah, I mean, there's just I don't know. There's just like a certain like like face you make when you're like unironically not enjoying something. And in the second photo you sent me, I'm not quite seeing it, but that first one was that was really good. Because you sent me that photo of your face looking like that, and then the second photo you sent was the picture of the shit water that was inside your room. So
Because you were like, you look like you've seen some shit, and I just send that and I say, I have.
I like how you still have that photo saved.
Of course I do.
No
dude.
one can tell what that is, really.
It's so fucking gross though. Like,
is pretty gross.
That's not even showing you the length that it like flowed. Like, that doesn't tell you where that bathroom is, like how far it went.
That water had was like extra viscosity. Had some extra viscos to it, dude. So it was just climbing all over. It was climbing up the walls. It was crazy.
That's not a joke, JD. That's the truth. It went through the walls.
Yeah, well, James, you had a pretty great
I
time.
yeah, I sent you the from for my movie experience. I sent you some pictures of the ads that I had to watch.
Right. So that was the ads from the movie.
What do you
You
think
know,
of Big Hands?
that's weird. The first picture you sent me was the is that like a how to be a millionaire knockoff like quiz show but for movies?
Yeah, so they have this TikToker on, and he's like doing a movie about golf. So like
Oh yeah,
asking
is it
questions
that?
about movie.
I know that TikToker. It's Bruce. Sorry,
Springsteen.
all of them look the same. I'm
What?
not gonna lie, dude.
No,
All of
no,
the
they
dude
don't.
TikTokers look
What?
the same.
Wait, you're telling me that they all have that same frayed haircut?
Yeah, the same like
They all have the
curly,
same hair,
messy hair type
the
thing, and
same exact copy cut face.
sort of like
No,
the sort of the same
no, dude.
face. Plus, like the jawline is about just about the same too.
They
Slightly
all have
pronounced
a.
Adam's apple, like
They kind of have a necklace, but they have
sort
it
of
tucked
like
away.
sort of like fit, but also that they're taking substances to get that way.
They might be in your weight training class. Their name might be Josh.
Yeah.
Uh,
If it's not Josh, it's Bruce, Brian, maybe.
but yeah, they were just asking him questions, and he literally got every single question right. But it was always after he went, for 1 second exactly, and then he looked over to the side and answered, then looked back through it. And I'm like, what did I just witness?
Well, I mean, he can't look bad on on an ad. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, no, he literally got every single fucking question right, but he did it all in the same exact way.
Well, I mean,
The pod
he looks like a
looked
movie
inside
enthusiast. He looks
the
like a movie
answer.
enthusiast, just like you, James.
No, but then they were like, "Hey, we need you to tell us what this one frame, like, tell us what this movie is, but also this one frame is borderline unrecognizable." And then he looks at the picture,
Like the
looks
one
over to
frame
the
is just like a
side.
dark room. Tell us what movie this is from.
Yes,
It's just a
yes,
living room. It's like,
I need a movie that's almost pitch black for one shot, but has like a couple speckles of like color or something. So it's like you can tell it's just a dark room that hasn't been like turned
it's
on
the
yet.
frame from like it's like the frame from like a couple of seconds before Batman shows up in the newest Batman movie near the beginning. So it's just like black.
It's just
It's just like a sort of it's like a slightly it's like so poorly lit you can only really see like the bottom half of like the hallway, but everything else is just black. So just like tell us what this movie what this frame tell us what movie this is from. And the
Batman.
guy's just like the Batman starring Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson's my friend actually. I just did a TikTok with him
The
where
Batman
we just
starring my
shat
boy.
inside a bunch of toilets and then over flooded it in this weird workplace that makes signs. It was crazy. It was hilarious.
Oh my God, no!
Yeah, that's right, James. You were breathing in Robert Pattinson's water-filled shit that was overflowed for the
Oh my
toilet.
God, this is how people get mono from bats.
Yeah. Well,
But I sent you the second stuff about the ads, and
yeah. Is it like the same show or is it a different ad?
it's the same network.
Okay.
It's the same network of ads, but
What is that? Is that Adam Man or something in the back? Adam Smasher?
yeah, I'm glad you know his name. Yeah.
It's from like the DC stuff. 'Cause I recognize that frame.
It's they were talking about the Black Adam movie, but JD,
The only way I just said when I said Adam Man because I knew it was something about atoms because that's a picture of on his chest and I was like oh right, Cyberpunk 2077, Adam Smasher. Why is yeah? You sent me a picture. His hands are like huge.
they had another shot of him pointing, and dude, his fingers do
His
not
hands
go
like
straight.
outstretched.
Like I don't know if you've ever seen pictures of Andre the Giant or like video of him just like moving around like talking normally.
I've seen pictures of the dude with the big hands. Yeah, like the world record setting big hands.
Yeah. And you know how like their fingers like don't exactly go like normal human fingers, like they kind of like overlap where they just kind of don't point straight sometimes.
I think that's just a genetic thing because my fingers are like perfectly straight, but I do have friends who like when they try to have their fingers like straight up, like do it like a high five kind of gesture, their fingers are like horribly crooked and like it's like they were in a car accident, like Doctor Strange.
Oh no.
No, I'm just kidding, but it's not that. Well, I mean, it's kind of bad, but maybe it's just bad to me. Like, I mean, it disgusts me. I almost threw up, but I mean, it's just what they're just born like that. So I guess I
Well, I was
should.
gonna say you can kind of see it in the picture where he's doing the Supreme jacket pose with his middle
Yeah,
finger, but there's another shot of him like stretching his hand out towards the camera, and it's
yeah, I
like it's
see it.
more obvious.
It's not
And
only his hands though, because like he just looks like he looks
yeah,
cartoony. Where it's like
he's
his
a small
head
dude who has huge hands.
his head is like his head looks big in that frame that you shooting
They're
with. His head looks
they're
big
also
and his hands look big, but his body looks tiny. So it's like cartoon. It's almost cartoony.
he's a TikToker also because for some reason they have a bunch of TikTokers doing like
It's like
these
every
ads for
single
them.
comment on every single one of his TikToks is like, bro, why do you have such big
Yes,
hands?
actually.
What's wrong with your hands, dude?
He's a superhero TikToker and stuff, which is why they got him doing these ads and stuff.
Oh, of course, they have something to do with movies and stuff, right?
But like, it's so fucking weird because he does have big hands, and it's like my brother Joe when we went and saw a
Not to
movie.
yuck on this dude's yum, but dude, your hands are
It,
weird.
oh, because like if you've ever watched TikTok before he started doing this, he never shot like his hands in frame. It was
I must have
always
been
shoulder up,
self-conscious.
and it was like like months upon months of just this. And then we go to the movies, and I realized I'm like, oh, that's that guy
Hey,
from
it's that
TikTok.
guy.
And my brother's like, why are his hands big? And I look and I see his hands, and I'm like, oh, they must be using like some
First,
sort of weird like eye like fisheye lens and stuff to make it look big. And then it cut to the other host, and I'm like, oh no, he has
oh
big
no,
hands.
it's
They're
just
not doing that at all. He just has big
has
hands.
weirdly big hands.
Dude, he can wrap around his entire head.
I'm not gonna lie, his hands. I'm like, you might be thinking, oh, how big can his hands be? His hands look twice as big as they should be. Like it's so horribly unproportioned. That's like I love that. That's the first thing your brother noticed. Is just like, what the hell is wrong with his hands?
If you ever watched the movie Skyfall, the James Bond movie,
Is that the newest one?
no, it's like 2 movies ago. Javier Bardem plays like an albino, like uh,
Albino.
he plays an albino dude who's like really gay for James Bond, but doesn't make it very obvious except for one scene.
So he's a closeted one, huh?
Yeah,
I'm sure you can relate to
but
everything except the albino ness.
listen, man, except I'm not pale at all.
That's not how you say. What's the term for it? Albinism or something?
Albinism, but in the movie. There's a scene where Daniel Craig just kept wearing these gloves because he really liked how they felt and it was very cold while filming. So
Yeah.
they CG'd hands over his gloves
Mm.
and his hands look huge.
That's awesome.
So it's basically what this looks like. If you've ever
Was it
seen
really
that
that exaggerated though?
reference, we're not exaggerating it at all, man. That's huge.
No, I'm talking about the James Bond hands. Like
Oh
they
no.
were that bad.
Well, like because he's Daniel Craig's already a big guy, but he doesn't have like huge hands. And so then in that scene, his hands are just so thick and
Well,
like
not huge hands compared to his size, right?
I guess, but like they're still like you can tell that they're visibly big because
Yeah.
they're thick leather gloves that he's wearing.
I guess the thing with people with big hands is their fingers are also really big and they kind of look like sausage like.
That's what I'm saying, man.
That's what it was like. That's what it was looking like.
I, like again, just go to the picture of him doing the Supreme jacket pose, the middle finger.
Yeah.
It like you see the way it bends.
Yeah, I see it. Like it's like man, it's like bending at one of the joints at like an angle, just
Right.
resting there. Yeah, some people have hands like that. Dude, comment down below, leave a like if you have hands like that. We won't make fun of you anymore, I swear. I don't know if it can be counted as a disability. James has something against like people with disabilities, but
Listen, we didn't have to bring that back up. We
I
moved
will
on.
bring that back up.
We moved
dude.
on. Except for the video of me
A
pointing
real
it out
a
again.
real bro, a real friend will tell you when you're fucked up, and you know what? I think that's pretty
Children
fucked up.
may see some of the disability. It's just the boys him like turning around and staring at Homelander.
Oh yeah, hasn't the new season of Boys finished or something?
Yeah, finished. It was alright.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I liked it.
Good.
It was okay. So
I've never watched
it
the
was
Boys,
a
so
really
I
good
would know.
season. except for the last episode, which I mean, they had a lot of good stuff happen in the last episode. There's a really good like fight between almost all the characters,
Yeah.
but they killed a character, and it was very upsetting because they've spent the past like whole season basically building up this character's like fear
Yeah.
and like that they're just so afraid.
Fear of
It's so
death, and then
powerful.
they like bring it back around
It's
circle,
this
and
fear,
then
yeah, it's this fear of death. Like he has this fear the entire season, and then it's like in the second to last episode, he conquers this fear. He's ready to face it head on, and he's gonna like face it with these other characters because he sees them as his friends, which is what the person that like he's afraid of was never to him and stuff.
yeah,
And then they just kill him
awesome.
like just so suddenly.
Awesome.
And Eric Kripke, the writer of the show, he goes, well, it's a really easily recastable character, so we didn't mind. I'm like, oh, you fucking loser. You just didn't know what to
Cool.
do with him. You
Cool.
fucker. Rather than trying to figure out something interesting to do with this after you set up all this build-up, you
Yeah,
just
you
were like,
sound,
it's a really recastable character.
yeah, you sound like you're pretty You're pretty attached to this character.
I am, because they, in the comic, the boys comic, which is fucking garbage, genuinely.
It's bad.
It's so bad. It's so horribly written. It's the writer Garth Ennis. He's going to be coming to Comic-Con here, by the way. That's going to be coming up pretty soon.
Awesome.
So
You can
it's
go and
gonna-
assassinate him.
we can go assassinate
You can go
his
and get your.
character.
You can go up to him with a copy of the boys' comics, get him to sign it, and then burn it right in front of him, and then see what. Then
Just
film his reaction to it.
We just pull a Deadpool 2 and just fucking blow his brains out.
Like we call it's like he's signing the boys' comic, and then you like pop up behind him, and then you pop a bullet in his head, and like the blood splatters against the comic book, just like in Deadpool, where
But
shot Ryan Reynolds holding the script of the Green Lantern.
no, but in the comic, it's just so bad. Like the way he writes characters, it's like he hates superheroes so much, and he's like, okay, here's my Punisher OC character killing all the superheroes, and guess what? Even
It's
though he's
totally
an asshole,
not edgy and cringe, and
oh, it is, it is.
it's the-
it's like,
I think
even though
it's
he's
kind of
an
hard
asshole,
to. It's kind of hard to
good
write like a
guy.
dark comic without being too cringe or edgy.
I feel like you can. I just feel like the way Garth Ennis did it was he was like, no, my guy's cool. I mean, I know.
No, he's
like,
not
threatening to
cringe.
kill-
He's
No,
cool.
Bro, I know he's threatening to kill his woman and her entire family and her kids and her husband while having sex with her and everything. But no,
For
he's
no
cool.
reason.
For no reason. I know at the end of the comic, after finishing what he wanted to do, he just kills all of his friends. But that's because he's so cool.
That's just because
That's
he's
so
cool.
That's because he's
And
so
you just can't
awesome.
stop
And
him.
it's like, Garth Ennis, you fucking hack.
You should be applauding this guy.
You should be hung.
You should be kissing this dude's boobs after he did all those things in the
No,
comic.
but like the character in the comic is so fucking boring because they're literally just a silhouette. Like there's no detail on the character. They're just like a singular silhouette.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool and edgy.
Yeah, dude. So cool and edgy. And guess what? They're the Batman stand-in. They're just so cool
Oh,
and edgy.
hell yeah.
And he draws like he takes a Sharpie and he draws like a line on this girl's costume to make it more sexier because that's what they gotta do, man, because it's so cool. I'm Garth
Exactly.
Ennis. And
Well,
I'm
I
such a
get-
good writer.
Oh, come on, James. Just because you like unironically hate women doesn't mean that you should be
No,
shitting
dude,
on them just because they
Garth
make it a
Ennis
bit
unironically hates
sexier.
women. And that's not a joke.
What?
That's not a joke. If you read his comics at all, he does not know how to write women to the point that it's like, dude,
What are
we
you
get it.
talking
You don't
about,
like
dude?
them.
Everyone knows that women act like exactly like they do in porn and what hentai or whatever.
Hey man, you got exactly
That's
down
just
how
how
he
they
writes
act,
his
dude.
women.
That's just how they act.
JD, you exactly figured out how he writes them.
No, you don't understand. I'm not joking, James. Okay, it is it is scientifically proven that women have half the amount of brain cells as men do. Don't
But
you know this, James?
JD, this character, this really cool character that he wrote that
They're
does
not just
nothing.
cliches in
No,
movies,
Jenny, you don't
okay,
get it. He
James?
doesn't say
They
anything the
actually
entire
act
comic.
like that.
No, Jay, you don't get it. He doesn't say anything the entire comic because he's cool. And then at the end,
Yeah.
he starts laughing, and then he takes off his mask, and he's like, I did something bad. And then he's like, oh, you're the guy that ate a baby.
Because talking's for nerds, James. Imagine having a whole series on YouTube of just us talking.
Yeah,
Dude, what was
man,
his
that'd be
name?
wild.
Garfield Ramirez. You'd hate us, dude.
No, Janie's like, I ate a baby and I did all this fucked up shit. Why?
I ate a baby and
Because
it tasted
I'm
like chicken.
cool and edgy.
It tasted like chicken. My new album single.
You know, it's really awesome when you watch
It
the
starts with barrel,
Snowpiercer.
barrel, 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 barrel. I ate a baby. Barrel.
It's really it's really interesting when you watch the Snowpiercer movie and you watch the just emotional turmoil of Chris Evans admitting that he ate a kid because they didn't have enough food to go around anymore. And then he says that he really liked it because it tasted the best because it was the best thing he's ever eaten.
Chris Evans?
There's a movie Snowpiercer. It's a really incredible movie, and there's like this horrible, like gut wrenching scene where Chris Evans
Oh,
has to
like
admit,
in the movie?
yeah, in the
Oh,
movie.
because when you said Chris Evans ate a baby, I was like, in real life?
Oh, he did in real life too.
And for
Yeah,
a second, I was about to be. For a second, I was like, you know, that sounds like I should be shocked, but why am I not shocked?
because it's Chris Evans. But yeah, in the movie, he like it's a scene where he has to come to terms with like the sins of his past and stuff, and because they were literally trapped on the back of this train and they were so overpopulated, they had no food for like so long, and they were literally killing each other to survive and
There's
stuff.
food all around me.
He ate like a bunch of people, and then he's like, you know what's the worst thing? I know that babies taste better than anybody else, and that I really, really wish I could eat another one and everything. And then he's like just admitting like this very horrible thought and stuff. And it's this very compromising moment for the character. And then
I get that this is supposed to be
Garth Ennis, this big brilliant guy. He's like,
Garth Ennis, yeah.
I did something bad. I ate a baby. Isn't that edgy?
You know, I get that what you're trying to say is like, it's horrible sound and everything. But you know, it reminded me of that conversation they had on Trash Taste, where it's like they were talking about how giant tortoises went extinct because because people couldn't stop eating them.
Okay.
Because they tasted so good that people couldn't stop eating them, and that's why they went like extinct. So apparently,
Yeah.
giant tortoises are just they're so tasty that you know you just can't stop eating them.
Hey man, that's me with all dressed chips.
Yeah, because I think that what they were trying to do is that they were like endangered already in the wild, so they're trying to like transport them overseas to
Couldn't
keep them
stop
from
eating them while
keep them from
transporting
dying
them,
out.
though.
But all the sailors just couldn't stop eating them. So good. Hey, how's your baby? So good. It's just like the lady that's serving the pie, and it cuts to Gartholomew, and he's like, so good. James, you alright? You there?
Yeah, I was laughing.
Yeah, well,
It's really incredible when I look up this character's name on Google and then put in just the letter E after it. The first immediate like auto result is eats baby.
cool.
Yeah,
So,
man.
did that happen in the show though, or is that just in the
No,
comics?
because well, Eric Kripke, I think was a fucking jackass for not actually doing anything with this character. He at least didn't think, you know, it would be really cool doing that again.
You know what would be cool and edgy?
Eating a baby.
If we made some dude like shrink down, go into a dude's penis, and then like blow it up from the inside out. That's cool and edgy, man.
You know they built a giant penis just for that.
Really? That's cool.
All practical.
You know what was also really funny? I walked in my father watching that scene.
Your father's like, another one off the board.
Yeah, no, I think when I walked in, it was the two dudes kissing each other, like I think it was a gay scene, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I
Yeah,
walked in.
what'd your father have to say, huh?
Well, he just paused the video and
Fast forwarded.
didn't say anything as I was making myself some lunch. Then 10 minutes later, I was out of there and eating my lunch. Didn't say anything else after that. But yeah, you know, I didn't think they would actually do the whole like
Hey, JD.
if Ant-Man just shrunk down and crawled inside Thanos' asshole and then expanded, it would just kill him immediately.
Hey, JD, check out what I sent you.
Okay. Is this character eating a baby? Hmm?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's cool.
Isn't he so edgy and cool?
Oh yeah, that's so edgy and so. This is the thumbnail that. There's no way I could get away with putting a thumbnail.
Hold on.
Because it's pretty graphic.
I know how we do it.
What?
You put one of our faces on him, and then you put another face on the baby.
No, I just I photoshopped the baby out and put a giant taco in, then maybe I could put it as the thumbnail.
Some baby back ribs.
Yeah. Also, it's not just the picture of eating the baby too. It's just like it's also side by side to him laughing and then like ripping the head off of some woman or something, some naked woman.
Dude, that's because he's so awesome, dude. Yeah. Garth Ennis, fucking genius.
Is one of the best writers of our time, James. I'm sorry. Are you a writer for a comic book series or a TV show? I didn't think so.
Sorry, JD.
Sorry. Do you have a panel at Comic Con? That's
well, JD,
my bad.
JD, hold on. It's Las Vegas Comic Con, and it's in the back of the convention center.
He's going to the Las Vegas. He's going to the Las Vegas Comic Con.
Yes.
Wow.
And so I got an ad saying the boys are coming to Las Vegas Comic Con. I'm like, wow, they got the cast to come. I thought that thing wasn't that popular anymore. And then I
it's just Garfield, man.
It's just Garth Ennis. But they literally use a picture from the show of the entire cast. So I'm like, wow, they got all the cast members from the boys to come do this.
Awesome. Just a little bait and switch, you know. They had us in the first half. Not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't gonna go at all anyways, but then I'm like, oh, Garth Ennis? Well, now I am not going.
Garman is going? I gotta go too.
Garman? What are you doing here? I drew a superhero eating a baby.
Andrew Garfield? He's going over there? Part of the boys? It'd be hilarious if he's just like the Spider-Man type, like the Spider-Man parody on the boys show in the next season.
I don't know if they do have a Spider-Man parody in the comics.
Well, they should make one for this show.
I know they have a Batman and Robin one, and the Robin stand-in. When he becomes Nightwing, his whole character trope is that he's like a friend of gay people.
Oh, cool.
But JD, because Garth Ennis is such a
any
great
friend
writer,
of gay people is an enemy of mine. So
well, guess what, JD?
Yeah.
Guess what?
What?
Because Garth Ennis is such a great writer, and there are no good characters at all except for his Punisher stand-in.
It's so realistic,
really
you know.
Punisher.
Literally every single person in the entire world are just nothing but trash assholes.
There's no good person.
Good doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't. And because he's
but if
so
there
great,
is no good, then how can there be bad?
He's like, hey, this Nightwing character whose specific character trait is that he's a friend of gay people. The moment some gay guy goes, I really like you, he pushes him to his death.
Or the Soul Stone, right? Because he has a greater goal in the end, so he has to sacrifice him.
No,
right?
Jay, it's just because you got angry that a gay person liked him.
Well, I mean, I do that. I think that's a character I can relate to because I do that on a daily basis.
Also, Garth Ennis really made a character trait for almost every single superhero is like, well, because their deep, dark secret is that they're gay. And it's like, what is wrong with you? Like, I'm not joking.
See, James, I do it. Gay people
literally made every male character that's a superhero. He's like,
secretly,
no. And their greatest sin is that they're gay, and it's like, what are you doing?
No, James, that's not what you should be focusing on. What you should be focusing on is that every secretly gay dude is actually a horrible person. See,
it's
look,
it's actually a superhero.
See, my boy, Gar, he understands, dude.
Guard man.
I don't know why I can't remember his name. It's such a weird name. Remind me of his name again.
Garth Ennis.
Garth Ennis.
I'm gonna write it out for you.
Okay. Like I'm not joking. I don't actually. I keep forgetting his name because it's like a weird one. Oh, okay, I see.
How do you pronounce that?
It's like Darth, but instead of D, it's a G.
It's like Darth Dennis, but you take out both D's and you put a G in front of Darth.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's Garth Ennis. So yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I would like to see that, even though I won't see it because I don't watch TV shows, but I have seen some clips from like the boys, And I'm not gonna lie, James, they're not the most flattering clips. They're kind of cringy.
Well,
I'm not
what
gonna lie.
scenes? What scenes?
People have been like praising the writing of the show, and I've only seen the scene where it's like some of the fight scenes where they're like punching each other. It looks like a fight from like the CW. They're like punching each other and stuff, and then like they'll like knock out like a good guy or something, and then like one of their friends will come over and be like, "How could you do that? You're a racist piece of shit." And then like I don't know, man. It's just to me, it just like
I think you're
a
talking
little
about
cringe.
the ending, but also
I think that was the ending. That might have been the ending fight. I don't know.
Every time I see that scene get uploaded, people just like super like hyper edit it where they like cut a bunch of stuff, so it's like very just sped up. Where like there's
I've
no
seen a clip that or a video that was taken down. I think because it was copyright infringement, but it was the full fight. I think I didn't notice any cuts that they did, but yeah, some of the dialogue there was it was questionable to me. It was like true CW like dialogue, but
I
yeah,
I mean that whole like thing, which is the buildup of like also people really do not understand that most of the characters are not good people.
that's true.
I've realized people think the characters Soldier Boy and Homelander are good people.
Good people.
They think they're good people.
Well, I mean, maybe they're not good people to you, James, but if they're good people to everyone else, then you're
No,
just gonna have to
JD,
you're just gonna have to accept
they're
it.
not good people in general, JD.
You're just gonna have to accept it, James. Yeah,
JD,
your
JD,
definition of good,
JD,
is just not your definition.
JD,
Yeah.
JD.
Yeah.
They're just not.
No,
good
listen to
people,
me,
though.
James. If everyone is saying that Homelander and Soldier Boy are good people, and you are the one that's
I'm
saying
not
that they're
saying-
not,
but
then
I'm
how
not saying-
how do you know you're right?
You know what, JD?
Yeah.
Don't make me. what's so funny, JD?
You just sent me a picture of a Homelander blasting a dude, but it's your head that's photoshopped onto him.
Uh huh. Here's your thumbnail.
There's my thumbnail. I'll just have to Photoshop out the crop out the little watermark there at the bottom.
The little TikTok watermark.
Yeah. I don't know how you find some of these TikToks funny, James, but honestly, they're not that funny.
No, I don't find most of them funny. I'm just like, oh, this is relatable.
Oh, I wanted to talk about this for a second.
The XQC one?
Yeah, that's exactly right because I just scrolled right there, but it wasn't about XQC. It was, what was that TikTok about really? Because I couldn't really hear it.
So some guy named something Tate was what the main conversation was about, and XQC is like bashing him, but then his entire chat is like going against him, and he's like realizing, oh, my community is full of bad people.
My community is full of people from the boys universe.
From the boys subreddit.
Yeah.
And so it's like literally him in real time if you watch it. It's yeah, everyone's like, that's a bad opinion, and he's like, no, it's not an opinion, he's just a horrible person, and everyone's like turning against him, and he's just like in real time realizing they're all bad people. It's his eyes going wide and him just looking around.
Because I was reading this this subtext that the guy on TikTok put on. It says, watching XQC realize the awful community he unfortunately has every day is so funny. And I was reading that over and over again. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? So so XQC is realizing that his awful community is funny. That's what it like, reads to me.
It's watching XQC realize that is what's funny.
Yeah, I thought like watching is in like I'm watching XQC realize it, or is it? That's what it means, right?
Yeah, he's saying I'm watching XQC realize that his
watching
community is
XQC
awful is so
But
funny.
that's not what it says, right?
Watching XQC realize the awful community he unfortunately has every day is so funny. That's why it's on a separate line.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Because it also reads like, do you get what I'm saying? That
I know. I
reads,
see what you're saying. I see what you're saying because there's no periods because people are illiterate.
there's no commas. Yeah, there's no commas there. Because I thought he was saying like he's watching XQC realize his awful community is so funny. I thought that's what it meant. But yeah, that's why I thought it was like separated.
I can see what you think that. But
Yeah.
JD.
But that's not the real thing.
Oh, did you want to talk about the racist puppet?
What?
The one that's right above that.
No. What?
What?
No, but what I just wanted to bring this up real quick because it's not that deep of a conversation really.
Mhm.
But when we were showing each other, or when we were like searching up all those gifs of XQC and like famous Twitch streamers, and they have some really funny gifs. Sorry,
Yeah.
gifs on Discord,
I'm
and
not gonna acknowledge
I was looking for them, and then I typed in Pokemon, right, and that was
Oh,
my
no.
first mistake. The amount of thirsty like Discord gifs of
I
Pokemon.
already found one.
Holy crap, dude! If you type in Pokemon, it's
It
literally
was the
nothing but
first
that.
result.
It's nothing but that. There's like no funny ones. It's just all of like her ass or like her
Oh,
standing up
bro,
or
it's her
stuff.
feet.
You see
Ew.
that?
Oh my god.
I was like, oh, Jay, I'm gonna hit James with a funny Pokemon meme because it's like, I know me and James never really watch or anything.
Oh,
And
hey,
then,
hey!
and then I type it in and I'm like, oh,
wasn't that. I found one that wasn't that. I found
Yeah.
one.
you immediately send me one of that. That's hilarious.
You fucking text the shit out of the camera.
Yeah, but yeah, that's just what I wanted to bring up.
I understand.
Yeah, but what racist puppet though?
So yeah, there's a big thing on TikTok right now that's about that puppet.
Puppet? What puppet?
So the video right above the XQC one, the context for it is that there is a guy who does content where he's a puppet, and hey, I found
The
another
Star
one.
Wars fax puppet is homophobic.
Yeah,
There's a puppet on TikTok that knows Star Wars stuff and he hates
Yeah.
gay people. He says the election was stolen too.
I'm glad you're watching it in real time.
I wasn't watching it. I was just scrolling through. It's just a picture.
Oh,
I was
okay.
scrolling through it, yeah.
Yeah, the guy like does the audio for it and stuff. But Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about?
Jesse, what are you doing?
But yeah. So this guy on TikTok, his whole persona is that he's a purple puppet who gives you Star Wars facts and stuff
Is
like
it like
that. And
a
he's been-
Star Wars related puppet or
Nope, just a regular puppet.
just a normal puppet?
And but he got really big and stuff because he was like very avid in the Star Wars community. And then out of nowhere,
And people
it was
like
just
puppets.
like there's just it's this really great screenshot too. It's the Star Wars Dinks is his name.
Star Wars
Apology.
Dinks?
And then it's just a close up on the puppet. And it just says Star Wars Dinks apology.
That might be the greatest apology video ever,
Oh my
actually.
god, it really is.
Wait, what?
But
I need to search this up. Star Wars.
it's like Star Wars Dinks with an X, DINX.
Oh, I see it. It's actually I typed in Star Wars and Star Wars Dinks was one of them. Oh yeah, apology video.
Oh my god, please send it. Please link it to me. I gotta watch
Here,
this.
hold is it this one? He's right though. Who gives a fuck if he's racist or homophobic? He makes good content.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people who are agreeing with him.
I can't find the original one. Did he get rid of it or something?
Probably, I bet.
Dude,
But,
that sucks.
Yeah, he was extremely homophobic and stuff. And almost every video I see now is just people like being like, "I wasn't expecting that."
How'd they find out that he was homophobic?
Somebody went back through his history and found a bunch of comments about him, like his homophobism and stuff, and like he thought the election was like stolen and stuff back then and everything. And then they brought it up in a
Just the
recent
John
thing,
Strom.
and then
This is the John Tron live stream moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Stop.
But yeah, it's basically just like that too.
Man, can you
Yeah.
believe it? These people are racist and homophobic. That's crazy. At least you're open about it, right, James?
Which one?
Both.
It's not Pride Month anymore.
not Pride Month anymore. Now you can shit on Gaby all you want.
I can shed my skin and show my true colors. But yeah, he just turned out to be a really horrible person, and everyone's like, that can't be true. He's just a puppet. And then he
Possibly
immediately
he's a
posts the
puppet.
apology video, and everyone's like,
Oh,
oh,
and everyone's
what?
like, ah. You know,
What?
that's our bit that we always fall back on. Just the screaming, the constipated screaming.
I
It's like
realize this,
it's
by
like
the way.
Super Mega's. It's like Super Mega's thing where whenever they run out of things to talk about, they just fall
Dude, we
back on
could
like
do-
what was it? They fall back on. I forgot the movie. It was the one with. I don't even know his name actually.
We could do a Halloween stream,
Yeah,
not stream, but like podcast episode
yeah.
from my front yard, handing out candy while also being drunk because you'll be 21. I just realized that.
Oh yeah, I will be 21 there.
Hell yeah, broski.
But James, I don't drink.
You will.
I mean, I'll hold it to pretend like we're drinking.
Every day you'll wake up and look
we
outside
do a
that
Halloween
window of
thing, like-
yours, and you'll see me sitting on your front
We
lawn.
could do the Halloween video in person. Where we're just sitting outside in the dark with horrible lighting, so you can't even tell. When we
Please, JD, I'll buy lighting for
yeah,
us.
I'll be in costume. I'll be
We'll be in costume.
I'll be Spider-Man, but specifically the Spider-Man from Spider-Man Lotus.
Cool, and I'll be the puppet.
Great.
But yeah,
I'll be
it's
Puppet
really-
Dinks.
My favorite thing is all the people who made like duetted content or like collaborated with them. They all are making videos of like their content that they did with them. They're like stitching and they're like, I want everybody to know real quick, I'm not homophobic.
I wanted everyone to know real quick. I didn't know what he was like before.
I just thought he was a puppet.
But I just have to say, just because he's racist and homophobic doesn't mean that we should be hating on him. He makes great content.
Man, it's just like what the guy was trying to say about Spider-Man Lotus when I'm like, they don't deserve anything. He's like, it's in the past, they're not making
Damn,
any money.
dude.
I'm like, yeah, they don't deserve anything.
What a
though.
well thought out and educated comment.
Wow, that's really incredible. Hey, how about we still not give them any attention nonetheless?
That's really incredible. How about you take that and go away?
Hey, buddy. I want to give you this one for free.
It was actually a woman.
Shut the fuck
but
up.
because of course it was. James, in the future, if I get allegations that I'm misogynistic and stuff, will you back me up, dude?
I'm gonna immediately
You're gonna immediately turn on me. Just be like, I didn't know that there was this side to JD. I didn't know that there was this side to JD.
I'm gonna take a clip of ours out of context and I'm gonna post it on TikTok and then I'm gonna make a duet to it of being like, I didn't know who he was.
In like super,
I
in your
just-
like super
I just
serious
thought he
face.
was- I just thought he was a puppet, and
I mean,
I just thought he was a 2D
I've
avatar.
known the
character.
guy for a few years, and he never like came off as that kind of person.
I really should
but,
have known when he kept telling me how much he hated the Captain
But
Marvel
after
movie.
after our Rise of Tomb Raider playthrough, I was like,
I really should have known.
I was really doubting myself.
In retrospect, I'm just
And
sitting here
then
thinking.
one of the comments is just that one guy who comments sometimes, where he's like, guys,
Fortniter?
I know that he's I know that he's misogynistic and stuff, but that doesn't mean we should be bullying him. I mean, he makes great content.
I'm
That's our
I'm gonna
future,
do
James.
everything in my power to find that guy's address and then just post it and be like, no.
No, I am the real villain.
JD's an awful person, but I'm a murderer.
JD's an awful person, but he's never actually committed a crime. Unlike me. Barrel, better, barrel, 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 barrel.
So to real quickly talk about the Springtrap audio.
Sure. What is this ring trap audio?
So I was going through TikTok and I found a video of a person. I'm gonna move my microphone and try to be a little bit more quieter because my family's all asleep. so they're not like having other noise projecting over them.
Yeah,
So I don't want
well,
to say
they
this.
don't care
I don't want
that
to say
you.
this
They
too
don't want to give
loudly.
you free time for stuff. So why don't you just completely destroy their sleeping schedule?
You're right.
You just start screaming like that.
So I was going through TikTok and I found this TikTok audio, or not audio, but this video of this lady going, "No, I shouldn't have listened to the Springtrap audio. What did I do? Why did I listen to that?" I'm like, Springtrap audio? Like, is that noise? Like, that's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking too.
And
Is
then,
like FNAF 2, like cutscene of him dying, like that noise?
right, like, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like thinking it's gotta be just something like ridiculous like that, you know?
Yeah, but it's what is it?
Well, I go to the comments to try and find out what like they're talking about, and everyone's like, "I'm not going to tell you what the video is. Just know if you do want to see it, I don't recommend you do, but go to this Twitter account." And I went to the Twitter account, and I found the video because it's like the first thing, and it's like Springtrap audio, and I click on it before I even read like the full tweet, and I'm just
Okay.
like listening, and it's like starting, and it's like, you there, and it's like this audio. I'm like, this is a little weird, I guess. It's like, it's a person doing an impersonation, and then I'm like reading the title, and like I kind of skip a little bit ahead and everything,
Wait,
and I'm
so
like,
this Springtrap audio is some dude doing an impersonation of William Afton?
uh-huh,
Okay.
and and I skip a little bit forward because I'm like, well, nothing's happening in the audio right here, so I'm just gonna go to the middle of the video and try to see if like I can figure out what makes this so weird.
Yeah.
And like as my thumb's moving, I'm like reading the title, and I
Yeah.
let go, and I fully read the title of the video, and it's like Springtrap NSFW audio. I'm like, what makes
Oh
not safe for
no.
work? And then I hear just like horrifying noises.
It's hilarious, actually.
I'm just sitting there, just like I'm laying in bed,
What?
just in disbelief. Because like I'm listening to this before going to sleep.
It'll be hilarious. It'll be hilarious if like one of your family members walks in on you and then like your Bluetooth disconnects or something and then like it starts playing out loud on your phone. And it's just
I'm like literally laying in my bed right before going to sleep at 7:30. I thought it was just gonna be cringe audio, and then I hear that, and it's like, take it, take it, take it.
take
Just-
this, take this, take this.
take this, and this.
Just this Sonic Heroes thing.
Oh god, dude, it was. I don't know.
I
don't
like
know
how
what
I
was
like how they
expecting.
had to capitalize on the FNAF franchise by making it you like I'm guessing that most of it had nothing to do with FNAF, right?
No, it was just the fact that the Springtrap voice was being used. Um,
It's so
I've
funny.
learned this is an entire genre of things
What,
because then
FNAF
there
not
was
safe for work ASMR.
no, it just NSFW ASMR in general.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I thought that was like the
Because-
default ASMR stuff.
no, because it's normally normal stuff, and then there's
Is
like just weird
ASMR
stuff.
normal, James?
But now it's character ASMR.
I will say that
And JD, there's Genshin Impact ones,
I know that the people have like
and there's a very specific one that's being used a lot, where it's a guy yelling the word "come."
is it in fact Aaron Hansen and Dan Avidan of Game
No.
Grumps yelling?
No, it's not a parody. It's fully serious. I'm gonna try and find it real
Okay.
quick.
Well, that's great, but but I will say this that I know some people have like this they have like this feeling after listening to ASMR makes them feel good, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like what the opposite of that is? That's me, James. So ASMR actually
I hate ASMR.
it actually
too.
makes me so it's like it makes you like I don't know, it makes me like so uncomfortable. I dislike it. But yeah, that's what ASMR is like to me. Whatever the good feeling. I know there's I think there's a term for it where ASMR sounds make you feel good, but I don't like it. And that's why I left dislikes on your first few celluloid slaughter podcasts, which can be found in your channel in the description below. because you were like, "Hey, let's do some ASMR," and you like crack open some cans and like slurp it. I'm like, "What the fuck is this? I came here to listen to some movie talk," and instead,
it was Joe who did it like the slurping right into the microphone.
I'm
like
so
the
glad
sound.
that podcast is canceled. Let's move on.
It really is though. Like, not even jokingly,
At
Joe
this
has
point-
not been here in so long, and we've not talked about it. Like, we haven't addressed anything.
Well, I mean, I know it's like a several monthly release schedule, but you know, at this point, it's I don't know, man. I mean, you can get the rest of the episodes out, and maybe you can convince them to do more. But I do know
Who the
that
fuck is still setting off fireworks?
are those fireworks, James, or is there something else?
Oh no! oh god, dude, I got shot.
Through your cheek?
Oh no!
Wow.
Damn, man. Can't believe it happened like this. It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss. I just grabbed his cheek and
just drop it out of my head.
I'm doing just fine.
Got it. Get down. Because I want it all. Anyway.
Anyways.
Yeah. How many do you?
Still setting it off.
How many cellular slaughter, like how much backlog do you have? You just have a bunch of episodes just unedited?
There's a lot that I've accidentally deleted because I didn't realize I was permanently deleting them. So that's why a lot of them don't get uploaded.
I see.
Because while I thought I was just like moving them off the drive and then deleting them, I was just full deleting them without realizing it.
Ah, okay. Well, I mean, how amazing could those episodes really be, right? I mean, with in them, I mean, that's already like half grade.
So many of them. So many of them are just bad.
Like, how do you know they're bad?
Because I recorded them. I know from being part of it.
I mean, because like I don't trust you with like viewing things as good or bad because, you know, I mean, you're kind of a sus guy, I'm not gonna lie. Like, some of the things you do is pretty sus.
Sorry, I found the video. I didn't hear what the last 5 words were.
Oh, what's the video?
I'm sending it to you.
Oh, okay. Is this the Genshin Impact thing?
Mm-hmm.
Is it copyrighted?
No.
Music? No music?
No music.
I'm gonna play it down then, right now.
Come!
It sounds ironic. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie, JD. That's just a little clip of him yelling it. That's not the build up to it, because that's the original video is the build up to it.
Oh, okay, because like it's just like come, ah!
No, like
It's so funny.
It's a whole genre, and I didn't know.
He's like peeking the mic. I don't know if it's just the audio quality, but it sounds like it's peeking the mic too, which is why it sounds like it's ironic. Because it sounds ironic because it's peaking. That's mostly the reason.
It's the growl after the last.
Come now. No, he's saying now, but it's just so it's so loud. It's peaking it, and you can't really tell what he's saying.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, now that I know that this is the kind of video you like to watch, James, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, my view of you is a little bit less favorable now, so we're gonna have to stop talking to each other for a good while, go on hiatus for maybe until the next Cellular Slaughter episode comes out, which is indefinite hiatus then. So
No, keep going.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's it. Actually, that's it. There's nothing more about that. I mean, you always threaten me with, violence and death.
I have sent multiple messages saying I'm outside your house.
I'm going to kill you or something, right? But I know that you'll never do that. Not because it's illegal, but because you never what was it? You never follow through on your promises. Like with your whole I'm gonna release this a weekly podcast and stuff. So I'm good.
Yeah, I've really rested on my laurels.
Yeah.
Also, again, the whole weekly podcast tag. Again, this all stems back to Joe.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure
Yes.
it's his fault that these episodes are not coming out.
No, JD, I do want to make this a point and thing. I
Uh
did
huh.
tell Joe,
Uh huh.
hey, I'm fine being your co-host for this because
Yeah.
it was your idea. And then he goes,
Oh, it was
I'm
his
not the
idea.
host because it was. And he goes,
I didn't know.
I'm not the host. And I go, what?
Yeah,
And then
you're
who's
the
the
host.
host? And he goes, yeah, man, you're the host. And I'm like, oh, okay, I don't want to like be
You
making
said
these
okay.
though.
There you go. So that's basically a written contract right there.
But here's the thing, JD. I say, okay, I don't want to like be making them though. Like, I I'm fine with like us using my space to record this, but I don't want to be like making them. He's like, no, you're gonna be uploading them. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, no,
Wait.
I'm just the producer.
So
You need to get guests on your podcast. And I'm like,
this
what are you
entire
doing?
time. So technically, this entire time that you've been in these podcasts and stuff, you've never been a host of a podcast.
I am not supposed to be the host. I was never supposed to be the host to begin with. But Joe goes, no, 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 you are.
Oh, is
I'm
that
like,
why?
what?
So is that why? So when we did that Gundam episode, which is on James's channel in the description below,
Hey,
when we
I
did
really
that Gundam
enjoy.
episode,
But here's
I
the
was
thing,
doing
JD.
the episode with a co-host, not a host.
JD, that's actually true because that was not supposed to be on my channel. If you remember.
How's it doing, by the way? Is it doing all right?
Let's check on it, man.
Still up? Is this still not copyright claimed? I can't believe that.
Copyright claim.
I would not put it against them to be so like petty to copyright claim a video has like 10 views on it.
It's so great, dude.
Demonetized to be.
It's my favorite video. I genuinely rewatch it
Or
sometimes.
it's not
I'm like,
demonetized, unmonetized.
dude, 29 views? That's 9 more than usual. Watch time hours 9.2.
Damn, that's not bad.
That's 7.2 more than usual.
So yeah, if you want to see me and James reacting to one of the greatest movies ever made, then you can hop over and do that.
I want to see how many
We
people
watched
pause.
we watched some other movies that were recorded, but just waiting on James to pop and lock that shit down.
We watched It's Morbin Time and nothing else.
That's right. Can you guess what frame this movie is from?
And you show me the frame of
I see you.
of us naming all 4 races. In
I
Gundam.
show you a frame of Jared Leto and and Morbius, of like the frame where he's like listening and his ears all fucked up. Which I'm still surprised that you didn't notice the first time through. To me, that was as obvious as the dude with big hands. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Or it's like the first thing you notice is just big hands and fucked up ear, Anyway, though, it's been about an hour now. Do you have anything else you want to talk about before?
Would you like to know how many people paused the video at the all 4 races moment?
Oh, is there? Oh, right. They added.
I'm looking at the analytics for the video.
I think YouTube added in a little thing where if you mouse over like the timeline of the video, it'll show you the most replayed parts of videos, I think. But yeah, what's the most
It was
paused moment?
48% people paused on that scene.
Where it's like we've got a full line of what was it? We got
All 4 races.
All 4 races.
White, black, Asian, and Nazi.
That's an amazing joke.
It's an incredible joke.
If we ever get popular enough to be on like a panel or something, we should say that joke and totally won't
Yeah,
get
dude, this should be our
canceled for it.
tagline.
That's probably a joke that would be cancelable by in 3 years or something.
JD.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What? Are you trying to say like you're uncancelable or something?
I am actually.
Think you're
Yeah, I can
above
do no
you think
wrong.
you're above the public, huh?
Hey JD, as long as you never upload the full unedited video of us at Level Up, I'm uncancelable.
Dude, I will never upload the full unedited videos of you doing anything because I like and subscribe to the video, guys. Because because it takes me a lot of effort to actually cut out all of the horrible things that James says during the video. If you think that what he says already is like sus, like, dude, one of these days, montage of of like racist and homophobic James coming out on this channel. 100 sub special. I'll tell you what.
I wonder who would believe that.
You think anyone is gonna watch these videos and then make a compilation of just out of context racist and misogynistic things that we say?
I would love if somebody made an out of context video for us. Like just
Any
of
video
our
on us.
Nah, just like in general, just I feel like we would have very good out of context stuff just because we say dumb shit all the
Very
time.
good or very bad. Either one of those. Take it as you will. We do this every Sunday.
We
So
do
like
it
and subscribe.
every night.
Subscribe and like. Then you can catch us when they come out. Well, it's still going. You know, James, most podcasts don't actually ever make it to like more than like 50 episodes, I think. I don't know what this real statistic is, but I know that most podcasts don't make it to 100 episodes.
Well,
and
dude,
we are almost there.
I haven't even made it to 10 episodes.
Really? You haven't made 10 of the Solid Slaughter?
Oh, maybe I have.
Oh, I thought it was like somewhere around 10. But anyway, this
Let's see.
this train is still trucking along. So
Choo choo. That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
ring us out, James.
5, 6. 7,
Ring us out, James.
8, 9, 10, 11,
Ring us out,
12,
James.
13, 14, 15.